historians examine what made our civilization great, the work of one man will stand above all. That man is Ernest P. Worrell, a.k.a. Jim Varney. You know what I mean?
Number 100.
Hey, Vern, boiling up some of them Louisiana lobsters again, eh? Are you crazy, man? Didn't you hear Pat Shingleton and Terry Burhan's weather forecast on TV, too? Didn't you hear them say it was going to rain any second? We are talking pinpoint, Vern. Next time, talk to your old buddy Ernest first, know what I mean? Hey, Vern, what's that you got there? Country fresh ice cream in my favorite flavor. And you know it'll taste great, too, because it's in the new fresh seal pack. You just zip and flip, and it didn't tear. And now it did, and this side's still stuck. The window came down, the carton. Right? With the feet of those. Look what I brought you, Vern. My brand new VCR with remote control and everything. You can get them, Vern, this week at your Chevy Super 6 dealer just for buying an in-stock car or truck. I just ran out of steam.
As our felon-fighting friend Beretta used to say, don't do the crime if you can't do the time. But if he could have seen the future of high-tech video surveillance, he would have added, don't do the crime if you're going to be caught red-handed looking really dopey on camera. Here are 2 tips for liquor store burglar wannabes. Number 1, wait until after the robbery to get drunk. Number 2, make sure the liquor store isn't owned by Thelma and Louise. Now this bad boy has knocked the store owner into dreamland. But before he can empty the till, surprise, customers enter. So he waits on them and is even nice enough to answer the phone. Later, the semi-conscious store owner staggers outside. After the customers leave, the crook cleans out the place. Only to waltz into the loving arms of the law. Remember the courtroom scene in A Few Good Men? Well, here's a few good courtroom outtakes, compliments of Jerry Van Dyke and the cast of Coach.
I intend to prove that the defendant, Hayden Wilberfox, did willfully, wrongfully, and neglectfully expose me, my client, Luther Van Dam, to an environment so frightfully dangerous, so terribly. What's the next word? Okay. So, look at that. No, Your Majesty, I intend to prove that the defendant, Your Honor, my life has been diminished, absolutely diminished by the arrogance of this man. So I ask the court to award me the full 12. I don't know that word. Negligence. So where can I take it from? Huh?
Let's go back to the top of the show.
More runs, hits, and errors when the world's funniest outtakes continues.
Next up, Gremlins take over the newsroom. Living Large with Malcolm and Eddie. And Regis and Kathy Lee go at it.
Oh, yeah?
When the world's funniest outtakes returns.
Once again, let's check in with Malcolm Jamal Warner on the set of Malcolm and Eddie. Welcome back.
Harry, I can't believe I'm still here. There's no way we could have made this many mistakes.
Oh, believe me, Malcolm, there are a few more. Why don't you introduce this clip of you and Eddie in the apartment?
The apartment. The great thing about working with Eddie Griffin is you can always count on him to get to the root of the problem.
Hey, man. We need to fix the dough, man.
Now, some of the most fun we have on the show is with Eddie and Jaime. Jaime plays Tim, and he's 6'9" and a whole lot of pounds. And when they get together, it's truly like watching David and Goliath.
How about you, Chocolate Barney? How about you, Jurassic Park? The whole ride? Hold on. Hey, man, I can't work under these conditions, man. I mean, this blood dripping all over.
And quit stalling, let's rumble.
Thanks a lot, Malcolm.
Hey, thank you, Harry. And hey, thanks for having me.
Give our best to Eddie and the rest of the cast, huh?
You got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Malcolm Jamal Warner. You know, even the smallest local TV station has $1 million worth of high-tech gadgets like jazzy computer graphics and blue screen equipment and robotic cameras. But the more advanced the technology, the more likely somebody's going to make a big boo-boo.
And there's not a lot of movement on the stock markets either. In Tokyo, stocks are still down after a morning session which had very little substance to it. Dealers are expecting what's left of the
to the west, you'll see that we have 60-degree temperatures that will be possible later today over parts of Wyoming. And so it looks like the good news is that we will see warmer temperatures as we head into the next several days. On the, I guess we're having a few technical problems over western South Dakota. An indication that the skies will become partly cloudy here as we move on through the remainder of the evening. We'll see you later.
On this last-second three-pointer by John Stockton, Utah jumps back into first place in the Midwest Division. The two-time defending champion Rockets, yeah, they were Pussycats in their game against the Dallas Mavericks.
Entering tonight's game against the Houston Rockets, the Lakers had won 8 straight. That's a rocket, and that is not the Lakers. They played the Rockets, but anyway.
In Greece, the finance minister, Alexandros Papadopoulos, has unveiled his budget plan. Its main aim is to bring Greece in line with its European partners by the end... Excuse me, over here. Keep going, in a bit. Thank you. And don't do that again.
Those thunderstorms continue across the air.
What is this? For a high topping out from a low of 49, as you can see, we're right in the normal regions. You can see there, right there, 67 is our normal high for the day, and right there, 66 is where we were. A little over half an inch of precipitation right there measured, 0.67 degrees.
Tim Reed hosts a weekly crime prevention show called Save Our Streets. And while the subject is deadly serious, the host sometimes isn't.
Our first SOS goes out to Lake County, Illinois, where a clash of cultures almost proved deadlier than my tongue. We turn our attention now to crime prevention, catching would-be criminals before an Emmy. On behalf of the Emmy Academy, come with us now inside the criminal mind of an excerpt. If I And that was the one, too. That camera. I hate that camera. It didn't move. I wasn't going to say that until I saw it move. It's evil, man. That camera's possessed. Finally, some good news. According to the FBI, we're making progress in the war against crime. Experts say it's because we are taking a more active role. Where did it come from? We just kind of shot out.
More lessons from the School of Hard Knocks when the world's funniest outtakes continues.
Coming up, Cruising with Regis and Kathy Lee.
What the hell are my glasses on? Doesn't anybody notice?
Some mighty screw-ups from the Power Rangers. And Matthew Perry is ready for his close-up. All when the world's funniest out.
Accidents will happen. There's no way of avoiding them. But don't panic. Help, and I use that term loosely, is on the way. Careful. Careful. Watch this clumsy hoser as he suffers third-degree humiliation. A nasty accident with possible injuries. A woman signaling for assistance. Well, at least the ambulance got here quickly. Everybody loves Regis and Kathy Lee, and that's why it's so painful to see them involved in anything less than perfection, such as these Carnival Cruise outtakes.
Ready and action, guys.
Reg, tell me, what do you like best about your Carnival cruise?
What do I like best? The service. I love the service.
I mean, besides the service.
He's a little slow today, but I love him anyway.
Reg, is there anything you don't like?
Yeah,
Well, that's a surprise. What don't you like?
going home.
Yeah.
What the hell are my glasses on? Doesn't anybody notice?
Reg, is there anything you don't like?
Yeah,
Well, that's a surprise. What don't you like?
going home and going back to work with you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah! Oh, yeah! How do you like that?
When the Power Rangers aren't busy messing up some bad guy's plans to rule the universe, they're busy messing up their scenes, proving that even superheroes are only human. More tumbles, stumbles, fumbles, and bumbles when the world's funniest outtakes continue.
Up next, movie star Matthew Perry messes around with some different friends when the world's funniest outtakes returns.
Matthew Perry of the hugely popular sitcom Friends has become a leading man in feature film. And tonight we are lucky enough to have some outtakes from his romantic comedy, Fools Rush In, now playing everywhere and getting rave reviews. In this first outtake, Matthew finds that working with a gorgeous co-star like Salma Hayek can make it hard to concentrate.
Look, I've thought about this a lot, and there's really only one thing for me to do here.
Oh, thank God. I mean, I understand.
In this next clip, the producer of the movie, who is also the real-life guy played by Matthew Perry, is actually sitting right in front of him on the airplane. Suddenly, Matthew has an irresistible urge to thank him for the acting gig.
Laney, please. I'm probably flying over her right now. When did you... No. Yes, I'm playing Doug Drees and he's sitting right in front of me.
It was good. Yeah, we're done.
Well, folks, the fat lady's not only singing, she's also belching, and she just fell off the stage. As always, we're not out of clips, we're just out of time. But before we go, I'd like to thank Malcolm Jamal Warner and Diedrich Bader. And please, take a moment to remember our credo. If it's funny or embarrassing, if it bruises someone's ego or their head, and it's on videotape, use it for blackmail or send it to us. We'll flash our address at the end of the show. So, for the world's funniest outtakes 5, I'm Harry Belafonte. Thank you. Good night. No lighting bad here?